When you look out at the ocean, you think about nature. And also sometimes you see trash. And so you always want to be certain that you recycle properly and you take care of your hazardous waste like you're supposed to. Most of us know that you can always find hazardous waste or disposal places by looking in the front of the phone book. You can also find that through the internet. Some of them only take hazardous waste, and some of them will also take electronic waste. But the best way to find out what they take is to, of course, look at the collection site and see what they take on each day. This one right here, this is the Hyperion Safe Collection Center. For the residents of LA and the county of LA, this is a permanent site because, well, the Hyperion plant is there. But this will give you an idea because some of the things you expect to be considered hazardous waste, and some of them, well, you weren't quite certain about that. So they will accept no business and or commercial waste drop-off.
How does, I wonder though, as a small business is still a business.
Well, it depends on how you do it. A small business is typically considered a business, but I guess on this, if your business is small, you just bring in a little bit.
Oh, I know why. I actually remember reading the thing. It says you can only drop off so many items, doesn't it? That's how they can tell.
That's how they can tell. Also, when you go there, they ask to see your driver's license, and sometimes. And it says residents are limited to a total of 6 pieces per visit to a safe center. So if you bring in too many pieces at once, they'll probably think you're a commercial. Although, when I brought my pieces in, I did bring in more than 6 pieces and they could take them.
2 people.
Ah, maybe that's because there were 2 people. So they do accept, and some of these things you would expect are paints and solvents, used motor oil and filters, antifreeze and other automotive fluids. Cleaning products, you got that, cleaning products. Remember, make sure to read those labels because some of them can be thrown in the trash can, some are recyclable. Remember that hope symbol for plastic? And some of them really need to be recycled properly with hazardous waste. Pool and garden chemicals. Aerosol cans, maybe that's why there's not quite so many anymore. All medicine. Did you get that, all medicine?
Well, because if you dump your medicine down the toilet, it gets into the water system and people are having problems as a result of medicine being flushed down toilets.
Yeah, so that's
because
like things like aspirin, huh?
The filters aren't geared to clean that out of the water.
Oh, that's why they had that problem with the prescription drugs showing up in the water system.
That's right.
Auto batteries, household alkaline batteries. Remember those because a lot of people throw them away. Fluorescent tubes and bulbs. Now remember all those bulbs that they're telling everybody to do because it's more green that lasts longer?
Yeah, they're a pain in the butt to get rid of once they go down.
Hazardous waste. Thermostats and other mercury-containing lamps. They will also accept, this one accepts computer waste, or electronic waste, which is computers, monitors, printers, network equipment, cables, telephones, TVs, microwaves, video games, cell phones, radios, stereos, VCRs, and electronic toys. But they do not accept, this is a big underline, business waste, which they can kind of tell by how much you bring in. Ammunition and explosives. Hey, how do you get rid of those?
You have to take them to the authorities. Take them to the police department. Call the police department. The police department will tell you where you can take things like that to dispose of them.
Okay. Radioactive material, biological waste, or tires.
Right. You also have to go to a place. They will tell you where you can take your tires. And that, sometimes,
when you get new tires, sometimes they'll take the old tires.
Well, that's supposedly.
And you pay for it.
But a lot of times, though, what you'll do is you'll keep an older tire because the older tire is really still good, and you'll store it in case something happens. But then you eventually get stuck with those tires.
So just remember that one. Let's see. The bulky items such as furniture, refrigerators, washing machines, dryers, conventional ovens, paper, and computer software. Your paper, that goes just in the regular recycle bin. If you need to shred it for identity theft, make sure you have a good shredder. And here's a transportation limit for chemical-related items. It is against the law to transport more than 15 gallons or 125 pounds of hazardous waste to collection sites.
Let's also make sure commercial business.
Please pack your stuff properly to prevent tipping. So remember, some things are against the law, so you don't want to show up with too many of them.
The best rule of thumb is if you think you shouldn't be taking it to the hazardous waste place, don't take it to the hazardous waste place. Just set on it.
Yeah.
Because
and if it's an animal does not go to hazardous waste. That's a different government agency. It's the Department of which department is that?
you contact the basically the dog pound, dog catcher, and
Yeah,
they'll tell you.
Call Animal Services, Department of Animal Services.
That's right.
If you have a dead animal, that includes like possums, cats, dogs.
Yeah, and the basic rule of thumb is if you have any questions about what you can take to a place or not take to the place, call them.
Oh yeah, people still do use telephones.
Yeah.
You can still inquire. You can still ask on the internet. It's much better to call them than to show up.
That's right, because it's you never look foolish over a telephone, only in person.
So this is Notaspringchick talking about hazardous waste.